in order to be successful. However, it's not always the case. You can work smart. Yes, working smart is also hard work. However, you do not only need to work hard. So there, if you need like 15 minutes worth of exercise, etc., getting loose, those kind of things to stay healthy, you need to prioritize it. And like I said, you don't obviously want to be the rich guy, but the guy who doesn't have his health, because you won't be there to actually enjoy it. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and I'm going to let I'm going to introduce the team that I'm working with. So you should actually know that we are not I hope that let me make this one screen because the settings will play around with me. You know, guys, you don't need to be the best at everything. So sometimes there are a lot of things that I also am struggling with. Therefore, we are actually working in a team because, yeah, it's just best working in a team. And then obviously using their strength also. So there we go. So you should be seeing the waters now. Is that so? Do you see water? Okay, okay, fantastic, fantastic. Yes, that is what you guys are seeing. Okay, now I do not want you to be confused. This is not a program or another business for you to basically market out there. This, you are here to help you basically take your business global. I used to say, you know what, foreigners or those in other countries, they are not interested in what we have to offer. But I soon learned that it's just that I need to understand and learn the skill on how to attract people from all across the world. So what you say is what you will obviously attract. So obviously you can learn how to attack those globally. So this is, I've invested into many programs in terms of marketing, and I took the best out of all of it when we actually created this. Let's put on the light here. Just give me a second. Okay. Okay, there we go. So I took out the best, and there is no mining company on this earth that I'm aware of that has what Mining City has. So we have something special. So this, it's only good for you to actually learn how to best take this to the world out there. So as a team, there's a saying that behind every successful man is a strong woman or a successful woman. However, I'm fortunate to have a team of 4 ladies. Obviously, my wife, I won't compare etc. and stuff like that, because obviously there are different needs, but my wife always also plays a role in our business. But my partners are Angeline, as you can see there. Angeline is over in the US. Chanel is Chanel Lang. She's over in Australia. And then also Courtney Sampson, who's also residing in South Africa. Now, the reason why we are scattered across the world is basically people with different kinds of talents that they bring to the company, as well as being able to support you guys 24/7. So all time zones, we are actually there to actually cover you guys. So then there's obviously just me, just wanting to spend a lot of time at the beach and just be with family, etc. Nothing much. Yeah, I'm just enjoying this industry. So I don't need a such a fantastic introduction. So what I told you guys was that the first time when I invested into Millionaire Mentoring, My mentor, he sat on that chair. I'll never forget that afternoon. And he said, I will sit in this chair and I will still generate millions of dollars every year sitting in this chair. And I remember I come from a business where we used to meet people either at Greenacres at the mall or at Mug and Beans or at the office where we normally did it. So I was used to meeting people in person. So when he told me this, I thought, you know what, this person is kind of arrogant. And I'm not sure whether I invested my money into the Height program because we don't have a match here. However, I soon learned the person's heart. He has a heart of gold, and now I can see why he's a multi-millionaire. And I've basically been able to, those sales that we were speaking about, I was able to make 2 million rands worth of sales right here from this desk where I'm sitting right now. I'm not saying what's not working, what's working for you now. If you are doing it offline, then, for instance, I have people that join our program. Their offline businesses went dead, and now they needed to go online because of Corona, and now they had to actually make a success out of it. However, if you are doing it offline, continue with that and scale your online as well. And soon you don't have to choose between the two. However, choose what works best for you. But when it comes to being online, then obviously you are not bound by a geographical location. So if you want to target the US, you can target the US online. And yeah, it's basically self-explanatory. So like we said, that the program that we have, it's MEVO. M, obviously standing for mindset. A, building an audience. V, giving people value. And O, crafting an offer. Guys, there is a reason why Eric Wahe will, for instance, launch something, and like GoPro, his event, and his tickets would $500,000 US worth of tickets will sell in one day. So you will learn how to craft your offer, how to launch a campaign. And like we always, we can actually even look at the likes of Hannah Pinzer. So she would obviously every month have something big coming up because she understands the psychology of how people actually work. We did speak about this. And obviously for those who are here for the first time, when it comes to launching a campaign, even though the work that you put in prior to that, it's quite a lot because you can make sales on a daily basis. But if you choose to launch a campaign, and let's say it can even only be a week, you give people, you attract your audience, you give people value, and then only give them an offer at the end of the week, then chances are that you will generate more sales. So how does this work? Obviously, we spoke about the fact that a sale is basically just a psychological process, basically. So what we will teach here, or what you will actually, how can I say, you will unfold the layers on what actually happens when, or how do you attack people, what makes people actually buy these things, and how do you get people, how do they lay their eyes on it, how do you get people to wonder, as you can see there on the left hand side, how, and come to your profile, and how to get them over the head. Because remember, when people need to take money out of their pockets, they are not too happy to do that. So you need to get over that resistance and get them to the pot of gold. So that is what we obviously are going to cover. Now, we are kind of familiar with how Facebook obviously works. For those of you who are new to this, obviously when you make a post, then Facebook shows it to a certain amount of people. So in that, let's say you have 4,500 people and there's 9 blocks, so which means 500 are in each block. Now, in actual fact, Facebook shows it to 20 people in actual fact, but just for this process, Facebook shows it to the first block of people. If they act on it, if the majority react on it, they will obviously show it to the next. And if nobody in the next block is reacting on it, they are not going to show it to the others. But we will get into this practice more as we are going to proceed, and we will cover this basically into depth tomorrow when we are going to speak about how to attack your audience. And it's one thing, guys, you do not want to actually be just here to attack audience, have a lot of likes, but you are not generating sales. So this is only one part of the formula. You don't want to be the person who has a lot of likes, but you're not having sales, because each step is important. Having an audience, giving them value, and then closing the deal or opening the relationship. So a lot of people don't know how to actually close the deal. You get people to Messenger, but you just don't know what's going on. Why is this happening there? So I will obviously be sharing that my messenger that comes in on Friday. So that is when I'm actually giving my offer. So I'll obviously also share with it the conversation that we basically have, because that also touches tomorrow in my audience. But I will go deep into how do I close a sale and why I just don't send a link to people. However, today we are obviously on mindset, and you are going to learn how to actually craft an offer, how to roll out a campaign online, and how you can actually get feed to that. And because we do a lot of our things automated, so this will be able to put you in a position to make sales whilst you are actually not there. However, we will be showing you how to attract these people to your offer. So now, obviously, like I said, we are going to share with you a practice here. So I want you to make yourself comfortable. Take away everything that might distract you. Let's just bring this up. Okay. You guys can still see my screen. Are you seeing the mining city there? Okay.
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay. So at this point of time, I'm also going to go to the chats and share with you this link. Chat. So you are more than welcome to put it in, okay, into your browser and open it up. Okay, so let me copy it. Okay. So there you have it. So for those of you on Zoom, it is in the chat. For those of you on Facebook, we're putting it in the comments. So just, there we go. Angeline is tuning in via Facebook as well. Morning, Luciana jumping in live. Fantastic. So guys, if you have the link, please just give me a thumbs up.
You're saying, say, if we want the link, if we have it.
If you have it. If you opened it up.
Oh, open it up.
Open it up. This practice you can do, like I said, for any pillar, whether it will be in your marriage, whether it will be in your relationship with your maker. whether it will be in health. Obviously, we'll tweak it a little. However, it will come down to the same principle. And like we said, this is basically our source of today's training. So there will be quite a bit of stuff in our unit 1, which will obviously work on mindset. However, today's training will obviously be focusing for this 1 hour or a bit more on that specifically, which will be live. So you will have the opportunity to actually ask questions, etc. So if you do not have it, please give me an indication if you do not have the link, if you do not have the form open in front of you.
Okay, mine is open.
Yes, it's open. Okay, Kalisa, are you winning that side? Vusi, Eunice?
Yes, I'm winning. Mine is open as well.
Fantastic. Okay, I see that there's something in the chat. Okay, not opening, says Eunice. Eunice, I'm sending it to you via WhatsApp. Okay.
Mine is open.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, guys. So when I got into this business in 2016, Lonwabo and Mzi and Michael, they came to me and they wanted to explain to me how I can make 100,000 rand a month. In 2016, my brain could only understand how I can make 10,000 rand a month. So when they spoke about how to make 100,000, it was like, it's too much for me. So you will not have overwhelm if you are going to follow this principle. So this will show you, if you thought when I spoke earlier, you'll learn how to craft an offer to make R1 million or $1 million worth of sales within a specific period. If you thought that that is not for you, this is not for you, then I want to tell you, I know what you feel like. And this practice right here, it's so simple. And many of you have actually been exposed to it. And maybe you just thought, no, it's common sense, and you didn't understand the importance of applying it, because knowledge is not going to be worth of anything to you if you don't apply it. So we're going to show you exactly how to apply it, so you can obviously become the best version of yourself. And at the end of the day, the best version of yourself, your purpose is basically to make the world a better place for others as well. So many times we are blessed for others at the same time. So the first question that you will see there, obviously, OMT Mining City. And I actually want to make a promise to you. You will attract new people to your business every month. And that is a promise I can make. And I'm very confident, as you can see in my body language when I say this. That is if you follow what we are actually sharing with you. I haven't come across one person that has followed it who did not see the results. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Now, I also do not want you to believe everything I say. I want you to prove me wrong. Is that fine? Because when you you are going to try and prove me wrong, which means you will dig deep into what we are actually sharing, and the deeper you dig, the more light you will actually find, and it will be best for you to understand. Because I can show you the books, what to read, etc., and the courses to do, but like for instance, writing copy is extremely hard, but I will obviously show you the shorter version of it. You will do it and you will get the results, but the more you do it, you will start to understand the structure of it, why it is being done this way. Sometimes you will do things, you will get the results, but you don't know why you actually got the results. But with time, you will obviously go through the unit number 1, where you will have to go through and see actually what exactly is this that actually I have done in order to get these results. Now, in this practice, I want you to be absolutely honest with yourself, because this practice, you are going to get back the results of it. It's not like a test, but however, you will be able to go back 6 months from now, or 1 year or 3 months from now, and go back to this results where you have been so honest with yourself that you actually brought out what is inside, what your purpose actually really is. So I want you to first put in your email address here. Setting your goals brings you closer to your goals, obviously. And your best email, add your best email and get your results emailed to you. So before you can do the process, give us your email. So I will just show you. Let's see. Jan, your results will be sent here at online marketing transformers.com. Okay. So this should open for you now. Are we all together?
Okay, wait.
Put in your email. That is where your results will be sent. And then I want you to go to the next step. Guys, I want you to follow this practice. However, after we have done this, you are going to go back and you are going to look at what we did today. You're going to understand why we did it, and you are going to be able to use these same tools, these same automated tools. So you can actually qualify 100 people out there. From the responses, you will see that only 15 of them are serious, and you will basically focus on that 15 and go for close. However, the other 85, you will go back to them and give more value. So the only reason why they will not be interested at that point of time, because they either need more value, because people always find the time if they understand the value of it. Okay, let me first go through question number 1. Now, most people, when asked about their goals, are not sure of their goals or cannot articulate them in a clearly defined manner. I asked a lot of people, if I personally introduced you to any company, then a light bulb goes off. Why? Because I always ask a person, what would you like to achieve? What are your goals? And this we will obviously discuss even further when it comes to this week's training. So it's important that you understand your goal. Part of my success in business has come from teaching my team how to dream and identify their goals through a goal setting exercise taught by my mentor, Andreas Speer, author of Homeless to Billionaire. Now, are you ready to discover your true goals? Are you ready to basically go back to when you found yourself as a little child, maybe speaking about myself, and wanting to make a difference in the world? Maybe you drew you wanted to be a minister. Maybe you wanted to invent, for instance, a better method of transport for those who are paralyzed. So it's important that you fill in each and every step of this. Write down all the things you don't want in your life. Guys, we know that what you focus on expands, but this practice, you will only do this once right now. So I want you, do not go to the next question. And the reason why many people are not succeeding in life, because we want to do things faster. Now you would find that I'm talking a bit slower here today. So chances are that you won't go over this practice again. And we are always multitasking. You are maybe thinking about what you're going to do tonight, etc. But I want you to be in the present. You must be here right now. So I want you to write down the things that you don't want. Maybe I do not want to be unhealthy is one. I do not want to be single. Maybe you want to be married. Maybe you want to have to meet your soulmate. So I do not want to be homeless, or I do not want to be poor. Anything that you don't want, even if it's 20, I want you to put it into that line right now. I'll give you 1 minute to do that practice right now. 40 seconds left.
Number two.
Okay. If I'm going too fast, give me an indication. If you're watching this on the replay, you are more than welcome to pause this video, because yeah, we are going to go to the next question. However, are there anyone on here that needs more time?
Actually, how many do you want, sir?
Just be honest with yourself. Your subconscious mind will bring up things. It's important to put them down, because it will bring up more and more and more things that is actually important to you, that you do not want to have in your life.
Okay.
Now write the opposite of what you wrote. For example, if you wrote, I do not want to be poor, then write, I want to have rich. I want to be rich. Now we all know that wanting to be rich only, it's not a motivation enough or a reason enough that will actually help you to get there, because everybody in this world wants to be rich. In fact, they will say, no, I don't want to be rich. I just want to live comfortably. But you need to be rich to live comfortably, because these days, even $1 million, you can't do much with it. You buy a house and furniture it, and then it's done. So if you wrote, I do not want to be alone, then write, I want to be in a relationship. Now, if we were going to focus on relationships here, then we would have gone deep into that. However, we're going to focus on wealth today, basically. So if you wrote, I do not want to be sick, then you need to write, I want to be healthy. So write the opposite of all of those things that you wrote right there. Okay, you have another 20 seconds to go. I want you guys to be extremely honest with yourself, because otherwise you'll have to redo this over. If you don't feel comfortable in sharing with it, let me just share with you who's actually going to have a look at it. It's myself and Courtney will be sending you the results of what you actually put in here. So the more honest you are with yourself, the more powerful this practice will be for you.
Done.
Fantastic. Okay, now once you have completed the list above, make a third list. Now, I gave you here enough. So if you want to do this, like I said, if you do want to do this practice on a page or on a board, etc., you are more than welcome to do that. Once you have completed the list above, make a third list. What can I start doing today? This is meant to bring specifics to each thing that you want in life. So if you said, like we said, we're going to focus on wealth here today, on that pillar. So we're going to narrow it into wealth. And obviously, if you were going to do this in terms of your spirituality or relationship with your maker, maybe you are a Christian, and yeah, you would have maybe said that I'm going to read my Bible first thing in the morning, 15 minutes, or I'm going to read the Quran for that amount of time. So if you said, obviously, you want to earn $1 million US dollars per month. So what can you do today to make that a reality? And that is where our daily routine actually comes in. So I want you to fill that in. For example, what can I do today that I enjoy and will make me wealthy? Alternatively, if you don't want to be lonely, what kind of activities or work and hobbies could you do today that would allow me to be a great social experience and have a fantastic love life? Or if I want to be healthy, what sports or exercises would I enjoy that will impact my health positively? For this practice, let us focus on the wealth pillar, and we can always, like I said, in our own time, focus on the other pillars. Or if you have more time, and then you can obviously also add this in here, because like I say, each and every person that I work with, I obviously know exactly what they want to achieve and in which time period they want to achieve it. And we basically work together to actually get to that goal.
So now here you list all that you want to do in order to be wealthy and achieve what you want in life.
Yes, let me make an example. Let's say you want to be wealthy. So our daily routine, that is where this comes in. So to grow your business, then you are going to do the following. we have actually done that on your behalf. However, let me just open it here quickly. When let me just bring it up, the daily routine. Okay, so there is a copy of this in the unit section 1 in the Facebook group. So you're more than welcome to head over there also and get your copy of it. With the permission of the person who created that document, I have added also a few steps, because obviously there are some things that I also deemed as important to follow. So what can you do daily? Now, what I share here is you'll never change your life until you change something you do daily. And the secret of your success is found in your daily routine, what you do on a daily basis, what you deem as important to actually spend time on. Now, your daily plan, well, this is what you can do basically on a daily basis. As an example, when you wake up 5 o'clock, doing your prayer or your motivation, and at the same time, write down 10 things that you are grateful for.
Okay.
You can write down your monthly income goal you have set to achieve it. So revisit your vision board and remember your why. Your vision board will come out of this, guys. So this, what you want to achieve, you are going to put that in picture, because you cannot hit the goal that you cannot see. If there are no polls, even if Messi is playing there or Ronaldo, they cannot hit that goal because there are no polls. So you need to have a goal set. So listening to a motivational video that will put you in a place to actually in the right mindset in order to do that. Exercising is obviously good for your business. So there I said go about your day, but I added this: reach out to 25 people and wish them well. I will show you how Monday I have done that, and I got people who I never spoke to who said, thanks for wishing me well. You know what? I've been following you for so long, and yeah, I want you to actually tell me more about this business. So I'm going to show you actually in this week's training the conversation between me and the people. It will come forth in tomorrow's training, but I'll go deeper to it on Friday. So reaching out to 25 people on a daily basis. This is obviously in terms of what you can do on a daily basis to get you to your income goal. So write a value post or do a video. I always tell people how much. I ask the question, how many Facebook posts would you write if someone were to give you $50 for every post and it takes you 2 hours to write it? Some people said 2, some people said 3. And the question comes back, now, why are you not currently taking that amount of time to put out your posts when your post is actually going to bring you that kind of commissions through your company? Remember, those of you who are here for the second month, when I told you guys this specific post, I'm going to go into it tomorrow. This specific post was responsible for over 100,000 rands worth of sales. And it took me a bit more than an hour. I told you guys I'm going to do another one like that, and it actually did better. But before I did it, I told you guys I'm going to do that, and that one took me less time. So you are going to become, it's going to become easier and easier and easier to create this value posts. And yeah, that's basically self-explanatory. So expose 5 people intentionally to your business. This is not the 25 people that you just greet and wish them well. There's 25 people. This is something different. You don't speak anything about your business. This is just basically starting the relationship with people or starting the conversation. So exposing 5 people to your business. And guys, the reason why we have our businesses automated is because when you are going to do this, at the end of the week, it's going to be 125 people extra that will see your posts on Facebook. It will be 125 people. And out of them, they will actually, says, when he sent me a message, hey, this got more than 100 engagements for the first time. Remember, guys, like I said, you do not, engagements is not what brings the money itself only, but it is an indication that there are eyes being laid on your stuff. So obviously it's one part of the process. You need to follow the entire process. And once again, congratulations with your rank achievement as well. I saw, and I won't take the responsibility for everybody who became builder. Yesterday, also one of the bootcamp members became builder, because even before you guys joined OMT, people became builders, people increased in the ranks. However, I'm just happy that we could have also played a part in helping you guys to actually attack online presence, and actually you can apply it offline, because tomorrow we're going to go deeper into it, because the psychology of sales has always been the same. It's always been the same. It is, you need to basically, you have heard this, people do business with those that they know, like, and trust. So you need to attract an audience, you need to give them value, and then you need to give them an offer. So it has always worked in that sequence. Maybe back then you needed to knock on a door, and within that 4 seconds you needed to have been able to actually get the person to know, like, and trust you, because obviously people judge you in 4 seconds. Even you judged me on the first 4 to 5 seconds the first time when you laid eyes on me. It just happens that way. So yeah, so watch a marketing video that will actually help you to become better. So you guys will obviously watch a marketing video. Some of you, some days you will come back to the trainings that we put in the units. Others, you would, for instance, something else. So these are things that you can do on a daily basis. However, we are, let's cover the entire, so watch a training video about your product that increases your knowledge. In this case, Mining City. Guys, I used to always say that there's nothing when it comes to cryptocurrency, a question that I won't be able to ask. Why? Because of 2016 hours watching videos on YouTube, etc. People were like, are you crazy? What is Bitcoin? People, if you think now, but people don't know about cryptocurrencies, imagine in 2016. They thought that we are crazy. When I used to mine Bitcoin with a computer that I actually bought, people were like, he's mal, man. So at the end of the day, the more you know your product, and this comes in as well when it comes to closing. People don't normally hear what you are actually saying in terms of you speaking about your thing. Yes, you need to have your facts, but your body language, it's 40% of communication, basically. And your tone is another 40%. And what you say is 20%. So sometimes people speak so good, but they don't get the sale. And therefore, we also promote, stick to one program. So understand everything about it. If someone asks you, for instance, why should I join this? There are so many altcoins out there. You don't know what the three factor key is about. You don't, for instance, know what makes your company special. You need to go back to your back office, understand everything about it, your body language. You know, I always laugh at my wife. We always laugh together when I launch a campaign. I'm very calm in doing it, but if you do it on the right way, you must have that effect on people. They must be like, hey, I need to start. I need, yes, my money, yes, my money, yes, my money. You need to have that effect on people, but you need to do it on the right way, and you need to do it. And you're only going to be able to do it if you understand what you are selling. If you're only going to tell people that they're going to make more money than with the bank, chances are that your your closing ratio is less than 3 out of 10. You need to basically understand in depth on what your company is about on a daily basis. Increase your knowledge on it. I've had a lot of people who are like, I can see that you are excited. I'll learn later, but yeah, let me get started. Like we said earlier, guys, obviously you want to do this for good. You want to do this promoting obviously I don't have to speak about this factor in here, because normally it's a wide group of different companies, and obviously I know this company, so you are at the right place at the right time. So at the end of the day, you do your prayer or your meditation, or write 10 things that you are grateful for. Then you rate yourself out of 10. So this is what we basically do on a daily basis. So let me get back to the questionnaire. So even if it is a 10-year goal, people normally, they overestimate what they can do in 1 year, but they underestimate what they can do in 10 years. So in 2016, we were involved with the company, same compensation plan as this, and we had something that we called 1 million in 90 days. And in that is basically in 3 months, 90 days. So 190 days challenge, I was able to generate over 500,000 rand. Now, I felt like a failure. Why? Because I wasn't able to reach that 1 million. However, when I got started, remember with this call, remember what I told you guys, when Lonwawolo spoke to me, I only could understand on how to generate an extra 10,000 rand a month. But now, few months in, or a year and something in, now I didn't feel happy with 500. I mean, obviously the dream grew. However, what I want to actually bring about to you is, if you have a plan on, or your goal is, for instance, to generate 1 million a month. So maybe the first month you won't win. Maybe the second month you won't win, but you will learn, you will come with the experience of last month. Second month, third, fourth. So eventually you will obviously win. So doesn't matter what you put as the goal that you wanted to achieve above. Maybe it is not so structured. We will get to that. So then the more you do it, the more you do it. So what you do in 1 year, sometimes you overestimate. But when it comes to being able to do things, like for instance, in the next 10 years, you can do a lot in 10 years. We started basically a project with basically Zilch, and we've been able to grow that small campaign, and we grew it and grew it and grew it. And now it's like this massive thing that got started like this. So don't underestimate yourself. So the goal that you set when we asked about what the goal would you like to achieve, even if it seems impossible at this point of time, just know that maybe the time period is going to be extended, but it's definitely possible, because if it comes to the mind, then it is obviously possible for you. Okay, we are about to actually come towards the end now. So once we have created the what can I do today, list 5 top sentences that inspires you the most and add a reasonable time frame to take towards these goals. Now, what am I saying? I said, what can you do on a daily basis, right? So we have the daily routine, so you can do all of those things on a daily basis, because all of us do that. However, when it comes to a different goal that you have, so the things that is more important to you, you want to actually prioritize them and put them in the first section, like those 5 first, and then afterwards you can have another 5 and another 5. So what is more important to you, that is what you do, and that is what you want to get started with. Even though they are maybe the hardest things to do, you want to do that. Now let's get to the meat. Guys, I do not want you to follow someone else's goal, because this is setting the goal for you. Now answer the following. How much do you have to earn monthly to reach your income goal? Let me give you an idea. If your goal is only to see to yourself and your family, then maybe 10K per month will be fine. Some would say that it's actually selfish to have a goal such as that. And someone actually once said that no wonder that God is not giving you answering your prayers, because you're praying for what you want and you're only thinking about, when I got started in this industry, all I wanted to get ahead of my job. And the reason why it took so long for me to get ahead of it is because I had my goals in front of me. As soon as I understood and realized that there are other people also with this kind of goals, and I focused on helping them to achieve their goals, that actually helped me to actually reach my goal without focusing on it. So if your goal, for instance, is to feed 1 million people per day, then obviously your goal will be there in that bracket around about here. But I do not want to change your goal just because I mentioned those things now. So if your goal is about yourself, chances are that you're going to take longer than the person whose goal is to actually bring about change in this world. And that is just how it works. Like I said, what we basically charge you guys to get hold of what we are teaching, it's just a fraction of what I could have charged. However, it's because I also I know that there are other people that is not necessarily in my downline or in my business that actually needs this. So that is why I make it available to you guys. So put in your goal there. In your words, I want to put something realistic. Remember when Lonwab and them came to me and they wanted to tell me about 100K, and then my brain switched off. I could only think of 1K or 10,000 rand per month. So I don't want your brain to switch off. I want you to choose an amount that you are comfortable with now, whatever amount, put in there. In your words, why have you not reached your income goal as yet? Share with us. Why have you not reached your income goal as yet?
Mr. Lucian,
Yes.
Mr. Lucian, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Mr. Lovukela is requesting so that you can, he's requesting that you put him in. I think he went out.
Yes.
Oh, I'm in. I'm in already. I'm in already. Thank
Oh,
you.
is it? Okay, all right.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so I'm just going to once again just cover this one question that I put in here. Okay, so we are actually, yeah, I think you missed only one question. So what I said here was, guys, I want you to be brutally honest with yourself. How much do you need to earn to reach your income goal? Andreas Perret, you wanted to be the uh, most successful property developer in Thailand. So therefore, he obviously his goal was quite big because he wanted to provide the most homes to people in Thailand, and as a result, his income goal was actually extremely big. Remember what I told you guys when Nonwab and them spoke to me and they told me how I can make 100,000 a hand, and I wasn't ready for that. So if your goal is $500 or $1,000, be honest with yourself and put that amount there. Because I don't want you to say a million when you, in your back brain, you think it's impossible, even though that is that is up for discussion. Because at the end of the day, there's nothing that you obviously cannot do. There's nothing that is impossible, especially if you came to mind. And I also said that if your goal is based on what you want to achieve, it's going to take you longer to get to your goal. I only focused on getting ahead of my job. So that's why I wanted to make 10,000 a hand a month. So, but as soon as as I grew personally and I wanted to help others to achieve their goals, only then I climbed up the income bracket. So obviously, if your goal is to, like I said, to provide meals to a million people per month, then your income goal will be over $1 million US or more. So be honest with yourself. It will obviously grow as time proceeds. However, do fill in where you are finding yourself right now. And yeah, it will give us a clear indication on helping you to get to your goal. It's like coming to a doctor and telling the doctor, no, you don't want, you want to be honest because you don't want to go to a doctor and tell him that your foot is paining, but you know it's actually your tummy that is paining because he's going to give you the wrong medicine. We need the right information from you to actually help in that regard. So if you want to earn $1 million US per month, then obviously I'm not going to show you how to make one lead magnet, but you'll have multiple lead magnets. Why? Because there are different kinds of people here. I can sell Mining City to maybe on 6 to 7 ways. So it depends who the person is that I'm speaking about. So therefore you need to develop the eye to read people and then obviously provide it in that manner. So in your own words, why have you not achieved that goal? My problem was I only focus on creating and some people, doesn't matter what you do, they do not want to own a business. They are not business minded. When I got people, you guys who know my story know I used to drive Uber for someone else. I made money with Bitcoin and I bought my own cars and etc. And I put Uber drivers on there. Now, these Uber drivers, I wanted to make business people out of them. I tell them straight, this is where I found myself. I used to do this, but now because of this opportunity, I was able to obviously buy my own now. And so now I don't want you to work here for many years. I want you to also get your own. because I only focused on creating entrepreneurs. But some people, they are not interested in entrepreneurship. So that is why even we are going to cover it when it comes to closing. Some people just joined your company. Some people join it because they want an extra income. Some people join it because you guys celebrate one another's victories. Some people, we will speak about the Maslow hierarchy of needs. Some people just have a need to have a family. They don't get it at home, so they see how you guys are with one another, and as a result of that, people will join your business. But we'll go deeper into the psychology of that. So, why have you not reached your goal? Maybe if you think you didn't have enough time, just say not enough time. Okay, obviously I'm not saying that because yeah, we will get into that, but I don't want to influence your answers right now. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how committed are you to reach your income goal that you put here on a scale of 1 to 10? Let's have a sense of urgency. By when would you like to reach your goal? I asked you in the beginning, and I'm asking you now, whether you are coachable. In your own words, why do you say that you are coachable? I want you to hit the submit button. That response is going to come to us. We will have gone through it still today, and it will, even though we are prepared, remember, like I said, it's an ancient old formula that we are teaching. How to attract people to you, how to give them value, how to make them like you, and then obviously presenting your offer. So that stays the same. But I also want, if I were to say I'm going to have a Zoom back in 1950, and obviously it wouldn't have worked. I have a Zoom meeting and showing my business. Zoom didn't exist then. So the method on how to bring about your message sometimes changes. Maybe you were used to doing it offline, and now you also want to have that same effect online. Like the likes of Sonwabo, he lives in a place where there are not so many people that's got that kind of money. He's not in the city. And obviously this works for him because now we can do it online. So your answers will help us to actually be more relevant. So we need you to give in those answers. You need to be honest with yourself, and then we will be actually making it, it will be more personal and more powerful for you. Guys, are there any questions based on what we covered here today that is not clear to you? Tomorrow is going to be on a more, there will be more, how can I say, more energy. There will be more excitement. There will be, yeah, it will just be on a different level tomorrow. However, we went a bit slower today. I wanted you to take the time because we are always in a rush. And I wanted you to be in the now. Because once you have your foundation height, once you know exactly your goal is crystal clear, then you can start building fast because the foundation is clear. So today's practice, you are going to come back to it. Maybe you are going to also realize, I didn't know that this is so important to me. When it comes to your relationship with your maker and with your spouse and with your health, I want you to go back to this practice. In fact, okay, we will actually create it for you. We have the helps and the capacity to do that. But you can, this focused on your income. So we will also create this for the other pillars. But are there any questions that you would like to ask based on the practice that we did here today? In summary, we are eating for 90 minutes. In the next 6 minutes, we will conclude.
Sorry, leadership, should after we click submit, should we also click on submit another response or what?
No, well, after you click submit, then we will get that, and we will obviously give you guys your feedback personally to you. It won't be like in a group. We will send it to your email address, and you will use that. Have it ever before you. You will create your vision board from there, and yeah, you'll just use it as a springboard. Remember, your answers is when you do the same practice next year or 3 months from now, the answers are going to change because your vision. Remember, goals. Let's just say this: your vision is the following. It is short-term and long-term goals, basically. So it's a line of goals. It's dots. So it's not your vision. You're not going to move straight towards it. You're going sometimes going to go off it, and this way. So your goals are the dots that lead you towards your vision, that lead you towards your purpose. So do not deem this practice as small, because some things became more clear to you now. Like, for instance, why are you in this business? Some of you, I asked you guys, for instance, in the first or second question, that what don't you want to achieve? What don't you want in your life? Then you maybe didn't want to be alone. And you came to the realization, the reason why you are actually working so hard is to give your family the best that they actually want. And when they are happy, then you are happy. So your joy comes, for instance, from them. So you also will obviously start to realize that also the money won't always make them happy, because some of us go off the trail and think it's just the money that will make them happy, only when they actually need your time. Also, my boy, I took him with me yesterday, and I did my business yesterday, but he was with me the entire time. And I mean, the joy that comes out from him, he came and told everybody, and now all my kids just want to go with, etc. So those kind of things. So I obviously I wanted to get out of my job because I want to spend more time with them. So it's also important to have that balance, obviously. But yeah, so this practice, we are going to obviously also make it available to you. However, we are not going to do it live, but I'm going to make the links available to you so you can fill it out, and you can also work on your other pillars within your life. Any questions, guys?
Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Godfrey, for such a wonderful and a great opportunity. We normally take things light when they are at our disposal, and we think that this thing I can just do it. For instance, I'm not working anymore. I design my time in such a way that it accommodates my schedule for the day. But I was of the view that now that I'm not working, I will have more time to meet people. And I find myself, spending an hour on one person. Yet, if I was doing this on a social media platform, I would be covering, you know, a whole lot of spectrum. So this will work on my business because it's another venture, you know, and it's another dimension that I am eagerly interested to basically zoom in. And with you and the entire team of people you are working with, and I do not see myself failing. You know, I was actually saying when I basically tagged the amount of money that I want to earn, and I was saying, if so and so is doing it, why not myself? You know, so I had to score myself there because I know that they have the same mind, they have the same oxygen that I'm bringing, that I'm breathing, and so if they have the same oxygen, so what differs me and what distincts me from them, and I'm happy that part of your team or your business partners, you know, is the lady that I hosted on my Zoom meeting last Sunday. I was telling the whole group that I follow this and I am following her statuses. I do not get any cold status, you know, with regards to the comments and the likes. She does not get less than 40 comments, you know. So and part of the bigger picture of her comments, she goes as far as 300 and something comments, and yet we are having our statuses with one comment and 3, you know, likes. So I'm comfortable to be here, my good leader. Thank you very much.
No, fantastic, fantastic. Thank you for that testimony there once again, Mr. Novikela. I said that Angeline is the queen of engagement.
Gosh,
Sure.
She's the queen of engagement. So yeah, she definitely lives up to that. In fact, one of her videos, it actually had more engagement than that of Gary V. So yeah, just to put it into perspective. But yes, we work with you guys to understand the why does Facebook show your stuff to 400 people? And why does Facebook show some stuff to only 3 people? So
Sure.
we'll go deeper into that once again, and it will be engraved in your subconscious mind. So in the beginning, stuff are hard, but the more you do it, then it becomes easy. And then you will sometimes, the most fantastic or how can I say? I want to put this in the height manner. The most wonderful people don't know how wonderful they really actually are. Then people are like, you just think that they are they're just being nice to you. They say, hey, you know what, Sonwabo, you are very good at that. They say, I thank you. But you don't realize how really good you are at it. So at the end of the day, we shouldn't obviously boast, etc., and let it go to our heads. But what we are good at, let us do more of it, and let us share it and to the 4 corners of the earth, whilst we are still on this side of time. So, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for those of you who are tuning in via Facebook as well, and those of you who are watching this the replay. This link will stay open, so you're more than welcome to submit do your submission and bring it under our attention, because we won't obviously always go back to this, but bring it under our attention so we can actually make it once again available to you and build on that. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on our next training, and this was a fantastic day. Yeah, I'm just happy so that we could have actually done this. So
Yeah.
any last comments before we go?